Those in favor of the draft resolution contained in document S/2023/773, please raise their hand. Those against? Abstentions? The draft resolution has not been adopted owing to the negative vote of a permanent member of the Council.
Colleagues, the United States is disappointed.
And obviously, I should not talk for the whole world, but I think a big part of the world is is extremely disappointed in the United States that it is not even willing to give a little break to the Palestinian people. I don't know what to tell you. Continue.
This resolution made no mention of Israel's rights of self-defense.
Twofold. One, Israel, yes, is allowed to defend itself, but it is not allowed to use disproportional force. And that is what is happening here. There's nobody in the world that thinks differently. Therefore alone, it should already be stopped. The second part is, these things of mentioning is just tedious. We are talking about human lives here. We are talking about the lives of innocent Palestinian civilians. Among them are little children, probably half of them, because what I've learned, 48% is below the age of 18. And you want to continue them to suffer immensely just because of, oh, they did not mention that. Nobody should mention it anymore because it is disproportional force that is being used. Because, yes, that is a war crime. This is ridiculous.
Every member state should condemn Hamas's terrorism and cruelty.
Do we see what is going on here? So what she wants is that all the member states are going to have the same language like they have. And when they do that, they try to rally the people from those countries behind them, and that will impact the Palestinian people negatively. This is how they're trying to change and shift the narrative into their favor. This is insane. I do not understand that there are people in the Security Council that are so inhumane that they think that playing political mind games, because that's what it is, instead of saving the lives of innocent children.
And every member state should call on Hamas to cease its endless barrage of rockets against Israel.
Stop dictating to other countries what they should or should not do or should not say. You're out of line here. You have no jurisdiction over other sovereign nations. They can say whatever they want. Not a single country said that it was a good idea of Hamas. You now get over it and get on point and save the children of Gaza.
We are on the ground doing the hard work of diplomacy.
No, you're not. The United States of America is not being diplomatic. If they were, they would have raised a hand and relieved those people from suffering. Just to catch a breath. It is not even a ceasefire. It is just a pause so the people can just relieve them for a second. Normal, ordinary civilians, what we are talking about here. We are not talking about Hamas. We are talking about Palestinian civilians, of which 48% are children. That is what we are talking about. What the United States is doing is anything but diplomacy. When you are practicing the art of diplomacy, you would not have aircraft carriers on standby. That is coercion, not diplomacy.
And while we recognize Brazil's desire to move this text forward, We believe we need to let that diplomacy play out.
She did not say we need to let diplomacy play out. She said, because of that, we are going to let the children of Palestine die. Just be honest about what you're saying. Please, come on.
Especially when Secretary General Guterres, President Biden, Secretary Blinken, and regional actors are engaged in intensive dialogue on the very issues we are deliberating on today.
What I wonder, with who are they talking? With who? Like literally, they're not talking with Palestine. Who are they talking with? Again, it is the United States trying to dictate and to stipple out how things need to go, instead of asking the people in the region which are in this conflict what would be the best settlement. I am lost for words. Anyway, so this was the United States that voted against a pause. This was not the same like they did before, like for an immediate ceasefire. This was just for a pause. And the United States rather sees that these people are just going to be unalived because of their little political games, instead of relieving these people for a 15 minutes break. Let me know what you think of it in the comment section. Anyway, this was your favorite Half Chinese. Please give it a like, share, and if you have not yet, then follow. And I see you in the next video. It's shameless.